Good morning, this is Marty Eddington, and I'd like to welcome you, my friends, to the longevity blog, video blog that is. So anyway, this morning's theme is about long-lived people. How long can a person live? And if you've read my book, The 10 Principles of Personal Longevity, you'll see that I've collected evidence which is pretty compelling for people living up to the age of 256, which is the guy Li Ching Young, who was documented in the New York Times in 1932. However, there's also what I'd call a lot of mythical records of people who live to be even older. And like Trilinga Swami supposedly lived to 300 years. There's a guy named El-Habachi who is a Muslim who may have lived to 900 years in Egypt. Of course, in the Bible we have many stories of people who lived over 900 years. And there are possibly persons who've lived even longer, but it's hard to get documentation for anybody before the age of birth certificates when they were common in the late 19th century. So how do you really prove or disprove that anybody older than that could have lived that long? I have also met somebody, he goes by a code name of Stealth, who claims he's over 2,800 years old. And in fact, I wrote a book about my experiences communicating with him. I call having to do with living immortals, which is on my website, mkeddingtonbooks.com. Do I believe everything he told me? I don't know. But the story he told is incredible, and if it's true, it would be one of the great revelations of history. So I wrote it all down, and I thought it made a pretty good story. But I honestly don't know how long a person can live. There's even the legendary figure from the autobiography of a yogi book named Babaji, who claims he's 9,000 years old, and that being a total adept, he can materialize or dematerialize himself at will. Well, if you have that ability, then of course you could be immortal and be any age you want. So where are the limits of human longevity? If you think about it, looking at the genetic heritage we have, there are some cells and small organisms like certain types of jellyfish that are actually immortal. And we have the same genetic basis as them. So it's theoretically possible that we could learn to live forever based on our spiritual connection and scientific discoveries. But will that ever happen? I don't know. All I know is that the lifespan that is possible for us is much greater than what we ever thought, and that we limit ourselves totally when we are psychologically confined by the expectations of our civilization to expect to live to only 70 or 80 years old. The real potential limits of human lifespan have not yet been explored, and we should explore those because, of course, there's a lot more we could do with our lives if we're able to live much longer. So the main thing I want to convey to you is to have an open mind about longevity, that the potential for human lifespan is much more incredible than we ever thought possible. And we'll be talking more about this in future blogs. So that's it for today, and have a great day. See you soon.